159 fields, 4 unique farms, authentic German countryside, and some of the most realistic field layouts you'll find in Farming Simulator 25. This is Bilk, a recreation of the real village near Wettringen, North Rhine, Westphalia, where small farms, winding country roads, and traditional farming take centre stage. Welcome to First Day Map Reviews, where every map gets one chance to make a first impression. I spend the very first in-game day playing as each map exactly as the creator intended. No cheats, no pre-planning, just genuine first impressions to help you decide if it deserves your next save. Today we're taking a look at Bilk, available now on the official ModHub for both PC and console, built with realism in mind. The map features 4 unique farms, 159 fields and meadows, forestry, production chains, livestock, and support for the weekend farmers multi-crop system, offering a huge variety of gameplay from day one. For today's review, I'll be scoring Bilk across 5 categories: first impressions, visual design, flow and layout, gameplay, and most importantly, replay value. Each category is scored out of 10, giving the map a final score out of 50. So, does Bilk deliver that first day experience that's worth your time? Or is it a map you'll only play once? Let's jump into a brand new save and find out.
Hello and welcome to Bilk. This is part of our first day map review series where we will be scoring this map across 5 categories: first impressions, visual design, flow and layout, gameplay and replay value. So we are in our first day here in Bilk and we're going to see what this map has for us. So I have given myself a little bit of a treat to be able to do a little bit to drive around the map, but as you can see, this is our starting spawn point, and there is a massive shed here with a lot of equipment in it already. So that is really nice to see. So you've got a nice class 450 Aryan. We've got a case Vestrum. We have a nice Amazon cultivator. We've got the Great Plains. Oh, what a wonderful seed drill. We have a class Lexian, is it? Yeah, or Evian, sorry, 450 with a Vario header, which is nice and small. We have a couple of telehandler kits here, or is that front loader kits? Might be front loader in a bucket and a pallet fork, and we have 2 weights in the yard. We have a beautiful house with Mr. Creepy Walter outside of it. So this is our starting farm. We have a petrol tank, always nice to see, and that looks to be, yes, it looks to be a pallet and bale storage. 2 massive bunker silos. We have a fertilizer spreader, which is always nice to have. We have a huge silo, the farmer silo. We have our interesting dolly trailer, and we also have this absolutely massive cow shed, which is huge. Have to have a look and see how much that stores. Actually, we can just go into here. So modern cow barn, 50 cows we can have in there, which is quite good, or quite nice. That does look as though it is our starting plot of land. There are a couple of other farms on the map, and the map itself is nicely designed and detailed. What I want to try and find is our little treat, which I think it's just by there, which is quite good. Just give myself a car to be able to drive around in. We have a manure heap extension, pallet and bale storage. There's the fuel tank. Our machines, we have a fork with a grapple just outside, a big silo, and what's in here? Fertilizer spreader, and next to it is a pressure washer, which is always nice. It always seems to be one of the things that you forget to buy on until it's too late, and you have really dirty machines. So this is the buy point then, by the looks of things. And Horman, Agrubau, yeah, my German, I can say some words in German, but that's certainly not one of them. Massive machine hall, which has, well, you're going to be able to get a combine in here with a header attached to be able to do your repairs, so that's always nice. The starting farm has 2 fields attached to it, which are ready and primed to harvest. So we have field 50. Field prices are not too bad, 57,200, which has summer wheat, which is ready to harvest. A nice, decent sized and shaped field. And we have 52, which is 39,000, which also has some summer wheat ready to harvest. Biggest field on the map, visually just trying to have a look. So 48 is 14.8 acres, and that's 360,000. I can't remember what we said that was then. In terms of acreage, 128 is 21.28 acres of just over 500,000, and again 22.8 acres, and that's 554,000. So field prices seem reasonable. Field 104, 26 acres. Yeah, so the big fields obviously worth quite a lot of money, but starting out you can pick up some small lots for reasonable prices, so that's going to help. So let's have a quick tour and see what other areas of the map we can find and see if there's any interesting farms as we're going through. Just want to, so there's a spelt, which is one of the differing crops on the game or on the map. We have a couple of sell points here in the center of the town. That's a dairy by the looks of things. So yeah, let's see if we can see, because I believe there's a cow farm, a pig farm, and a vegetable farm. So let's take a tour and see what we can find. Just coming to what I believe is the first farm and thinking about first impressions. And you know what? I really like it. I think the colours, the design, the road, the initial starting farm and starting equipment, I'm going to give it a really, really good 9 out of 10. Yes, it's currently being used by Dagowin in his realistic series, so I have seen little bits, or what I believe is Bilk in his existing series. But yeah, I love it. I'm engaged. I want to play, and I'm going to score this a nice solid 9 out of 10. So this looks like it's a second farm, or at least another farm plot land with some bale storage, a huge machinery shed, a massive silo, another machinery shed to store things, and a house. So 163, that is £178,000 for that one. What we're going to try and go to next in terms of farms, trying to think, that looks like it's a BGA, so we're going to go and see what 160 has in store for us. Just driving through in what I believe, and yes, it is the animal dealer. Massive slurry tank or huge manure heap, some animals out in the field. We have the usual suspect of Katie, who's going to watch over our every move. And we have some piggies in the shed as well. So yeah, that is quite a nice setup. I like the colours. The colours pop out and stand out and make it feel to me like a nice in-game map, which feels an element of natural. There's a bunch of people or NPCs walking down the roads. There's a nice pathway. The fields are left and right and widespread, but not too widespread, which is again quite cool. Let's drop into here. What is a sell point? That's an oil mill by the looks of things. There's another pallet storage over there, so if you do buy the production, you've got somewhere ready to store things, and that's quite cool. Massive thing to go over the sell point. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if there's a purchasable point for it, but it doesn't look as though there is. But yeah, that's a nice sell point on the map. little house just off in the distance to the right hand side, in between some fields. It reminds me, appreciate one's a Polish/Hungarian map, and the other is a German map, but this reminds me a little bit of Zoloinka in terms of the colours and things like that. So there's another nice farmhouse, and this looks like one of the other farms. So again, huge, massive bunker silos, and swinging around to the right hand side, so if we can go around the back. Huge open. Oh, do you know what? These puddles. Yes, this looks like the pig farm. So that's a pig shed. Must hold a fair few piggies. And again, another fuel tank. So where are we off to next in terms of our map journey? See if we can find another one of the farms. So we've done the top farm up here, 168. We've had a look at one of the ones, 163 by here. We've got 165. What do we have here? I always worry when I click on the number, I'm going to end up trapped in a building. So we have a chicken coop here. Is that something that should be there that isn't? Which is fair enough. We have another pallet and bale storage. Some huge machinery sheds. And a house with creepy David watching over our every move. Okay, we're going to get to our first harvest and going into our first fields. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Navigating the combine out of its winter home, it is no longer slumbering, and just trying to find our way to our field. We've attached the header, and there is the field. So let's get this parked up. Zoom out a little bit. Given that this isn't our crop, it's carrots. Nobody likes carrots. Let's prepare our harvester. Nice small header. It's a harvester at the start that's not a 12-meter header, and personal preference alone, I like to have starting equipment that makes it that allows you the opportunity to build up. Good news is the signposts are not immovable objects. It's a nice pasture next to us for field 49 and grass. Let's get the header on. Yes, I knew I do not access to land. GPS seems like it's working. Let's get harvesting.
But I learned from watching his life. 'Cause a boy doesn't learn from his daddy, from what he tells him, he learns from what he shows. So when it comes to the man I am and how I've grown, all I know is it ain't about what he said, but what he didn't say that set me on the road that I have roamed, and it's led me home. And it's the reason I'm who I am, is what he didn't know. And he taught me more than he'll ever know. And every year he gets a little more, with a little bit of rust and a little worn, just like the truck he had when I was 4. And I was riding shotgun, he was slamming doors of a Chevy truck like a crash course, and how to fix it when the check engine light was on, how to keep it running with the AC gone, how to take the long way home, and how to just drive. He wasn't big on giving advice, but I learned from watching his life. 'Cause a boy doesn't learn from his daddy, from what he tells him, he learns from what he shows. So when it comes to the man I am and how I've grown, all I know is it ain't about what he said, but what he didn't say that set me on the road that I have roamed. and it's led me home. And it's the reason I'm who I am, is what he didn't know. He knows I love him, he knows that I'm proud, but the thing he doesn't know is what I figured out. 'Cause a boy doesn't learn from his daddy, from what he tells him, he learns from what he shows. So when it comes to the man I am and how I've grown, all I know is it ain't about what he said, but what he didn't say that set me on the road that I have roamed and has led me home. And it's the reason I'm who I am, is what he didn't know. Is what he didn't know. Is what he didn't know.
So that is 2 fields of wheat harvested. So in the first field, 8,709. In the second field, 6,526. So 15,225 from those first 2 fields, which is not too bad. One thing which we didn't manage to check on, or which we should have checked on, was production points. So we've obviously got the modern cow barn here, but available in the map is a bakery, carpentry, dairy, no special items in there, a grain mill, oil mill, which we popped into earlier, and a potato processing plant for potato chips, from sunflower, canola oil and olive oil, and last but by no means least, a sawmill. So we're not actually owning any productions ourselves. Interesting crops: we have alfalfa, we have the flowering catch crop, field grass and clover. Initially, humus active, which is which is a cover crop. We have meadow, we have mustard, and we have some rye, we have spelt. Silage maize is a separate crop itself. Then we have summer wheat and barley, triticale, vetri, another cover crop, and then it's separated out into winter barley and winter wheat. So some interesting crops in there. Let's have a quick check on the grain mill. So that still only does barley flour, oat flour, sorghum and wheat flour. That's not included in the rye and spelt, so that's just something to be mindful of. What we also want to do is see where we want to sell our wheat from. Our wheat to. We have the agro hard Bilk, the farmers market, the grain mill, and the market. The market is our closest and our best price. So let's have a look and see if we can get this sold. And that looks like it's just in the centre of town. So tractor's feeling the stress, but we're going to get there and see what we can get for our first harvest. Just pulling into the sell point now with our wheat. Tractor is struggling, but it is quite a hefty load with 82% of it filled up. So we're going to see if we can get the money back for our purchase of the APV. There we go, 12,858. So we've just managed to get over that £100,000 barrier. So just wanted to kind of have a little bit of a reflection and the rest of the review, and yeah, just trying to find a nice place to be able to do it. I think we go with a nice look at over the trees. So in terms of first impressions, we scored it earlier, a nice solid 9 out of 10. Visual design of the map, I like it. I think that's been obvious through the review. Well, I hope it has anyway. So again, I'm going to score this a really solid 9 out of 10. Flow and layout, there's some good big roads going through the map, and it's quite relatively easy to navigate round. So again, I'm going to call this a 9 out of 10. Gameplay, I think there is enough in this map, as we can see in here, to keep a lot of people happy. There's some big fields, there's some small fields, there's a couple of forestry areas dotted around. I think this suits
a lot of people's play styles, and you can always do a little bit of each. So again, I'm going to score this 9 out of 10. Replay value. Answering the question, do I want to spend 100 hours on this map? Yes. Yes, I do. I think this map has huge potential for a lot of things which we could do and build a farm basically from what we have here with 2 fields. We have obviously quite a large animal barn of 500 animals. We have a lot of the infrastructure all set up in terms of a bunker silo, a huge silo. We have fields around us which we can try and purchase. Yes, I want to spend 100 hours here. So again, I'm going to score this a 10 out of 10. I want to play this map with an overall score of 46 out of 50. I personally think this is absolutely worth downloading and worth playing. So I'm going to categorize this as a gold tier. Let me know if you agree with my scores. Let me know if you've played this map and if you've experienced the same thing. And let me know in the comments as well, what map should we do next? Well, if you have enjoyed, please do remember to like and subscribe, and we'll hopefully see you again soon. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.